You would never think this phone would be more entertaining than watching TV.
You can look at your phone anywhere you are, anytime, any place. It doesn't matter. You just pull it up and you can view it, and you can search and find whatever you want.
Hi baby, hop in the Lamborghini. I'm needy, on me only, I'm needy. Hi baby, hop in the Lamborghini. Left for a minute, I did not sweat it. Look at the cash I spent it. There it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Stroke of Success podcast. Today's guests are a very unique guest that I have discovered on TikTok. It was like about a year ago, a year and a half ago. I'm just browsing like usual, and I came across Oreste. Okay,
That's
sorry.
perfect.
Okay, Oreste and Emily's page. And I was drawn into like it was your wedding reel you guys put on the mountain. You guys on the mountain. It was such a beautiful to reel on TikTok. I'm like, okay, I'll start scrolling in, and the stories start to come out that you guys are like medical professionals, number one, and then number two, you have a blended family. So I said, why not share that story? Because I know a lot of people out there, they get divorced and they give up on life. My mom gave up. My dad left us. She was done. And so, and that's stayed with me till this day. So today's episode will be about you guys. How did you guys, first of all, got together, and how did TikTok come in your life?
So I was close too. I was close on giving up too. I'm a little older than Emily is. I'm 51. So I was at that point kind of where I thought I was just going to be alone, just the rest with my kids, obviously, and that would be it. We actually met though at work. We worked together at one hospital, but at the time she was married and I was with somebody else, so we didn't really talk that much. Just a couple hi and byes, and
we talked one time.
One
That
time,
was it.
yeah.
Just because we were sitting by each other, so you just talk to the person by you. Yeah.
So, and I went through a breakup, a rough one, and then she ended up going through a divorce maybe a year after my breakup. So I was, by myself, single, just taking care of the kids, for a good year. And then she went through what she went through. And then she ended up messaging me on Instagram actually.
Yeah.
So then we just started talking on Instagram and decided to go out, and then went from there, I guess.
So Oreste, how many kids do you have?
So I have three and she has three. I have two girls and a boy, and
Awesome.
she just three girls. So
Wow.
together, five girls, one boy. My daughter, I do have one daughter that's 29 though, so she's not really at home. I mean, obviously she comes for holidays and things. And we have two grandkids.
Yeah.
You have grandkids?
Yeah, two.
Wow, dude, that's pretty young. Oreste, you call yourself old, you're not old.
Well, felt old, but yeah. So, and our kids, the younger ones are pretty close in age. So she has a 15-year-old daughter. I have a 16-year-old daughter. She has a 12 or a 13-year-old daughter. I have a 13-year-old son, and then she has an 11-year-old daughter. So, oddly enough, when we got together, we didn't like bring the kids together for 6 months, was it?
Wow. I think it turned into longer. Like
Longer?
we tried around 6 months and then pushed it back.
Oh, yeah. So initially, it was kind of shaky a little bit. My kids we had like a bad breakup, so I think they were a little more resistant at first. Her kids were a lot more open to it.
Yeah.
But it didn't take long.
No.
Next thing you know, the two girls, the older girls, were like best friends. Oh yeah. Very opposites too. Not even right. I mean,
yeah, no, they're completely
total
opposite.
opposite.
Like my 15-year-old is, I don't know, like dyes her hair like blue and green and red and wears, I don't know, like,
well, she was like
band t-shirts, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And then my daughter's a girly girl. She's a cheerleader,
Okay.
So
wow, the polar opposites.
Oh, yes, I thought, oh boy, this one. But yeah, they just hit it off, and they were like just best friends. They, were always there for each other, like right away too. I mean, as soon as they started talking. And then her middle daughter and my son, I mean, they're like best friends
Same
too.
thing, yeah.
They're best friends. They hang
That's-
out with each other all the
We
time.
got really lucky.
We got lucky, yeah. I
You
mean,
got lucky.
they
Yeah.
they get along better than we do.
Come on now.
All the time.
You're lying on the reels though. You guys keep me in love all the time.
I don't know.
Some of them you guys. I mean, the other day I was watching one. It was so funny. So many of them are so funny. But I'm a fan. For the record, I'm like a fanboy of you guys. There's so much the comedy, the romantics, the kids. It's such a mushy theme you guys got it going on. God bless you for doing that. So, question. So, Oreste, what do you do for a living exactly?
So actually, I do anesthesia. I'm a CRNA. I have a doctorate in anesthesia, so I put people to sleep for a living.
Awesome. Okay, and a lot of schooling for that, I'm sure.
Just 9 years, 10 years total. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. That dedication. And Emily, you?
I'm a registered nurse.
Okay.
I want to go back to school someday, but I don't know.
Sure. So let's talk about it, guys. So when did TikTok start? But I came across your guys' profile probably about a year and a half ago. I will say 2021. But you, I think, married by then, right?
We got married in
2021.
Right behind you.
April 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think I came around December-ish, so 6 months into it. So did TikTok start before?
Yes. So TikTok started over COVID. So
nothing to do.
So I worked less because I do anesthesia, and a couple of the places that I go stopped performing elective surgeries. So I didn't work as much. So I was home more, did some stuff around the house, but then there wasn't much left to do. So I don't know. I think the kids asked her to do it. Didn't they ask you to do a TikTok or something? She asked me to do one.
I asked you.
I said no.
He just like got me on TikTok and we're like, look at what this is.
Yeah.
And then he came home one night.
Initially.
I feel like it was that wine one where you drink wine and then pass it. No, it wasn't
basketball one. So she asked me to do it where I pretend to be a basketball and she dribbles me around. And I said no, I'm not doing that. And finally they talked me into it, and I said, I guess nobody's gonna see this stuff. So yeah, sure, I'll do it. So we did it, and we did a couple other, and then I think we did one night and woke up and there was like 1 million views. So we were like, oh.
Yeah, no, we got like 70,000 followers overnight once.
Overnight.
Overnight.
Okay, so I like timeline. So this is what, 2021? Right? 2020. COVID happened March 2020. So
it was probably May.
Yeah, it was warm.
Started in May.
Okay, right in the midst of it. Hey, by the way, what state do you guys live in?
Wisconsin.
Midwest. Okay. No wonder you like Miami so much, Emily. Dude, I'm from Miami. I'm in Orlando now, but Miami is beautiful. I love Miami. Okay, so May-ish, summertime, you got TikToks in front of you. You tried it 1 or 2 times. The third time, probably say fourth time was that huge viral one.
I was in the first 10.
Yeah, it was
10.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Did you know you have any inkling?
No.
I mean, I did feel like the kids would be like, that's a lot of views. Maybe like the first TikTok, it was like 5,000 views. Yeah. Then we had one that was at like 30,000 views, and the kids were just like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And then we did one, we woke up the next morning and it was at 1 million views. And
I'm 1 million views, you said?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then
that's insane.
Like took it down and then they put it back up. And then
So right now you have close to 500,000 followers. For my viewers, my listeners to the podcast, that's not easy to do, guys. For people spend their lives to get that type of following. I mean, this was by accident, pretty much. You guys did, huh?
Yeah.
Which is amazing. So I'm gonna ask you a question. I think, Emily, you're the kind of shy one. I think I can tell a little more quiet, right? All right. Did I hit something right? But it's so funny on the camera. It seems the opposite.
Does it? I don't know.
Yeah, it seemed like the opposite. It's like he's always kind of quiet and making some comments in the back. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, did your jobs have any issues with you guys being on TikTok?
Yeah. Mine did.
I've never had any
Yeah.
issues, but he
I
did,
did.
yeah.
So I worked at one hospital in Milwaukee, and I went to work one day as usual, and my the chief sent me a page that said meet me at HR. So I didn't know, and I went in and they sat me down and recorded it, had HR there, and he brought up my TikTok account and he said it was very unprofessional, and he put me
Said
he
you
wanted to
weren't-
fire me.
Yeah, he said you weren't a
He's-
good representation.
He said I was an embarrassment to the hospital and an embarrassment to anesthesia in general. And he wanted to let me go, but HR said he couldn't. So I was on a 770 shift there. I worked 7 days in a row, got 7 days off, and I worked from 1 o'clock p.m. to 11 o'clock at night, and sometimes on call after that. But so I was like a second shifter basically, on my own most of the time there. I mean, there's not as many people there, obviously. It's not as busy. But anyway, he wanted to take me off my shift because he said he couldn't trust me because of my judgment type thing. And he put me on a year probation. I fought it. I wrote like a 15-page
Appeal.
appeal. Yeah, 15-page appeal. Thanks. And I went back to HR and they approved my appeal. So they left me on my shift, but he still put me on a year probation. After he did that, I didn't want to, be there anymore. So I did find a different job and just put my notice in, and that was it.
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking back. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of your guys' content. I don't see anything that would be screaming at me and saying, "Wow, this is unprofessional." This is slapstick comedy, right? I mean, that's
Right.
supposed to be
Funny.
Yeah.
You know what it is? This is the beginning age of TikTok and social media blowing up. This
Mhm.
issue probably be resolved like 10 years from now. They probably have laws about this. But
Right.
right now, like, there's police officers doing TikTok.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
there was other people at that hospital
hospital doing it too.
Oh,
TikToks,
really?
like,
Yeah, because I found them and I added them into my appeal. And if you're gonna do this to me, you gotta do it to all these people. Granted, they didn't have any followers, but that has nothing to do with it. So that's why they didn't take me off my shift and they accepted the appeal.
That's a bummer. That's a
Yeah.
bummer. But I'm happy you fought for it and you did an appeal and then you got it taken care of. Do people recognize you guys when you guys walk around? Are you anywhere locally? Here and there?
Not a lot. Locally more, here people
Yeah.
will I just had a job interview actually, and I talked to them, and because I was maybe looking somewhere else, but anyway, the person that interviewed me said, yeah, we know you're
A
famous.
TikToker.
So, and then she said, we have no problem with what you do, just don't do it here. So I said, yeah, no problem.
You know, it's insane. I'm 41, right? I grew up watching SNL, TV shows here in America. We all watch. You would never think this phone would be more entertaining than watching TV. And
Right.
one time you have to be on TV to get some fame. Now people do stuff on social media and they're more popular. It's
Yeah.
mind-boggling. What do you guys think about that whole movement?
It's crazy because it's a lot more accessible, right? Anybody, you can look at your phone anywhere you are, anytime, any place. It doesn't matter. You just pull it up and you can view it, and you can search and find whatever you want. It's kind of amazing how with TikTok how the FYP works. I mean,
algorithm,
the algorithm, they really know what you're looking for. They know what you like, and they send you pretty much what you're looking for.
You guys have a team managing your TikTok now a little bit, or no? Still like all you guys?
Yeah, it's just us.
Okay.
We haven't been doing it as much as we used to.
I'm about to say that. I was about to complain about that, but go ahead. Yeah.
I can phone her all the time now, but
it's just hard.
It's hard.
it's hard.
I'm sure it's hard.
And we're building a house, so that's
I saw that beautiful house, by the way.
So that's taken quite a bit of time to do that. But
so let's go to the process. Who comes up with the concepts between you guys?
Both of us, I want to say, yeah.
I think there's a lot of trends that we'll do here and there. Otherwise, if it's I don't know. I always like to say if it's anything funny, it's I make it up. Anything else, like
Whatever.
the mushy stuff, hugging and that kind of stuff, she thinks so. But I mean, in general,
Cool.
I'll tell you some of my favorite ones quickly. There was one a year and a half ago, where the person puts a little bit of poison in the wine, and walks away, and the guy comes behind and drinks it and falls. Remember that one? I'm not describing it right. It was a big trend about 2 years ago where they want to poison the other person, and they put a little bit, right? You remember that,
I
Oreste?
Yeah.
remember that one.
That
Yeah.
was my favorite one with you guys. A lot of them. I mean, like, but the thing is, for me, you guys take acting lessons?
No.
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 Really? Because listen, you're so like it's not easy to go on a camera, and now people are watching you, to act it out. You know what I mean? It's so there's no acting lessons there. Do you rehearse it?
No.
Well, yeah, no, we kind
Well,
of
we
like
just
will
do
like
it
try
until
and
it
see
looks
whether
right.
we like it.
Yeah.
I try not to think about it.
Smart.
Yeah, I
And
think
I get in my head, especially when it's one that ends up going viral, and then all the comments start coming in, and then I start freaking out a little. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, I do start feeling like a little bit uneasy, but
I don't
I
think
don't
it,
know.
with our phone, because it's just our phone. You don't really
Yeah,
think about like anybody on the other side watching you.
Yeah.
And for me anyway, like if we're doing a silly TikTok, I won't let anybody in the room. Like the kids can't watch it. And
sure.
she's saying, you're
Oh,
gonna put it on and there's gonna be like, a million people that see
Yeah,
it. So
yeah,
why
yeah.
are you here? And I don't know. It's just something about them watching me
like
do
the
something.
Sylvester Stallone
Yeah,
one.
Love that one. Love that one.
Daughter like came downstairs while he was,
stop.
yeah, he like ran off, like ran and hid. So
I
he
love
was
that one.
ready
By the
to
way,
see.
you look so Stallone, just like him, man. You really do. I'm a big Stallone fan. I love Stallone. So anyway, but wow, so the kids are not welcome in. They cannot walk in and watch this stuff and
I
live.
don't I don't like them watching.
I
I
got
feel
you. Yeah,
uncomfortable watching me. She doesn't mind
I
as
don't really
much with
care.
yeah,
me. So she's like while we're doing it, she's very comfortable and normal.
yeah.
But anytime she's in an interview, because we've done other interviews even for like shows and stuff, then she becomes very stiff.
Yeah, I don't know if that's Emily, the one I watch on my phone. I don't think that's her, man. Like, it's a duplicate, because I thought she'd be more bubbly, and this is
Yeah.
like the character she played,
I don't
right?
want to cut you off. You're the one doing all the
I gotta
talking.
shut up.
But by
That's
the way, Emily, to your credit, Robert De Niro, in real life, he doesn't talk a word, they say. He sits there like a mute and not a single word. So you're doing better. But when the
no.
camera, in front of camera, Robert De Niro, he delivers. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so people have their method, right?
sure.
Yeah. Oh man, I can go down the list of you guys' reels I love. You guys ever thought about monetizing it? Like, you can do a product, you could do scrubs. Y'all both in medicine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've thought about it. We just don't know
What to
to
do? Yeah,
I work a lot now,
of
so
course.
I always tell her to figure it out. So I mean, maybe it's a little unfair for me to
Yeah, yeah,
push it on
yeah,
her more. Now it's hard because she has a lot with the house and stuff. But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, we thought about it. We just don't know what.
Speaking of,
Yeah, I don't
I know one TikToker, she was in medical school and she launched her own scrubs, like a line of scrubs or something. And I'm like, wow, and she's killing it apparently. People like launch like facial masks for the COVID situation, and those been popular. Some people like do programs. I mean, you guys are not selling anything, right? But yeah, I mean, think that down the road, I think maybe like, probably merchandise, I think will be interesting.
Yeah,
You know?
should. We
yeah,
definitely
we should
should.
sit down
Yeah.
and figure something out, or at least try. Why
Yeah,
not? Might
yeah.
not.
Do you have like professional lighting at home? The white lights and all the stuff, and
A couple of ring
okay,
lights,
Yeah.
and,
okay.
other lights. Nothing too
Oh,
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
We just use our phones. We don't
yeah.
have
You have
special.
fancy phones or something, or you have a Sony camera, $5,000 camera. Okay, just like that. Okay.
Like nothing. Yeah.
That's it. That's awesome. That's great. Family and friends all like talk. Like, are you guys probably a big topic in your family and friends to get together, right? I mean, like, they don't talk about Thanksgiving dinner, or
I don't know.
yeah.
Sometimes your mom likes it.
My dad's not really on
Okay.
Yeah.
internet at
Yeah.
My
all.
sister likes a lot of
Yeah.
videos. Her
My mom brings it up.
So my sister lives by the Miami area, so
Okay.
she likes watching them, and then she says her and her friends will, laugh about about some of our videos. My dad too. My dad was in one of the videos that did pretty well. They got like
Oh,
600,000 views. So
wow.
he was all excited about that.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
All the comments.
Yeah,
Oh man, that's so sweet. This is probably more for Emily. The comments, did you ever I never checked on you guys' comment. Mostly of them are positive. And this is a question for both of you actually. You ever get some negative comments that kind of get you your head? Like you do, huh? Yeah.
yes, people are mean.
They
A
mean.
lot for
A
me,
lot of
yeah.
people are, yeah. I don't know what it
Yeah,
comes from,
yeah,
but
I feel like it doesn't matter who you are, what you do, like somebody will find a reason to not like you,
it's
Yeah.
just
say something.
negative.
Yeah. I mean, I see it on everybody's, really.
Yeah. Instagram is really worse than
Is it
TikTok.
really?
Yeah. They're
I don't
I
know.
think so. I think they leave more rude, mean comments.
I just think there's less commenters on Instagram, so then maybe you see it a little more.
Maybe. Maybe.
But we try to just let it,
Let it
let it,
go. Yeah.
sometimes it's hard though.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, I think the
He
age is
has a
different.
harder time.
He has a harder
He'll-
time? You get a
Yeah,
harder
I
time?
won't respond. I hate responding to
I'll
them.
respond.
And then he'll respond, and it drives me crazy because everybody he responds to, they think they're talking to me. So then they'll
Yeah.
say like, Emily, whatever. And I'm like, they're not talking to me. Like, tell them it's you.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I just don't like engaging with
Yeah.
people.
That's very mean-spirited, man. Like someone is putting their life on front of, social media. Like you're not getting paid anything. You're not actors and actresses. You get paid money. Let it like just go with the flow. But people, I guess, I guess that's the way the world works. I had a question. I just left my mind. The future plans with TikTok. Any gonna keep doing it for a long time or any?
I mean, I think we have like big dreams. Like, we're always like, oh, we're going to make a YouTube video or just, I think it's just we need the time to do it. And it's hard.
Timing is a big thing. Timing is a
Big
huge thing.
jobs and
Yeah.
Yeah.
build a house. And
Yeah.
I just kind of keep saying once we get settled in our home, I feel like we'll have more time, but I don't know.
Maybe.
It's hard. It's hard. Definitely hard. I mean, I'm sure the house is about a beautiful house. Once again, congratulations to you guys. I'm sure it'd be good footage. You got probably a lot of places in the house you could even shoot video. I know some people have walked away from the day jobs. They make so much money, social media, they find opportunities. But you guys do pretty well. Medicine is a high paying career. That's awesome. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate you. I mean, I didn't think you're gonna respond to my request on IG. I'm like, she just blow it over and not care about it. But thank you. I appreciate you taking your time. Like who's this guy? He want to do a podcast interview with me. I started this podcast about 4 months ago.
Oh, 4 months.
So
That's it.
most of my guests are mostly social media influencers, entrepreneurs, all at a teacher today. So, but you guys are my first like TikTok stars. You know what I mean? So I'm honored to have you guys.
Thanks for asking
Yeah,
us.
thank
Yeah.
you.
How about YouTube channel? Do you have one right now or no?
We
But we
had
haven't done
one,
anything.
yeah, not
Okay.
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did
We
you
get-
get
we-
into the podcast thing? Like, did you listen to podcasts
Yes,
or?
I'm a huge. So going back to my story, the one thing that saved me after my stroke was self-development. Tony Robbins and all these gurus. So I used to drive looking for jobs and stuff, and I used to listen to podcasts. I got rejected so many times because at that time my speech was bad. So people will interview me. I mean, I've been an MBA, so I have an MBA, a director role. I'm going for a nice position, and I start opening my mouth, and I'm nervous. So I was just not. All my interviews were just down the drain, right? So I got into entrepreneurship, and from entrepreneurship, it took off for me. A big thing for me was podcast and self-development, books, YouTube videos, and from there, I'm like, let me find my way there. I always enjoyed like Larry King. I like Joe Rogan, Howard Stern. I'm very curious. I'll sit down with dinner with my wife and her friends, and I'll start questioning my wife, like, honey, you're not interviewing my friends. Like, let it go. So I had that very natural about me. I like to, yeah. But yeah, it's been 4 months. I got 400 subscribers. We're still growing. I got some big people who've agreed to do it. So I have an actor, Antonio Sabatos Jr., actor from the 90s,
Oh,
2000s.
sure.
You probably remember him, Calvin Klein model, six-pack ab.
Yeah.
I just released his podcast video today. I have a guy from a TV show, Beverly Hills of Housewives of Beverly Hills. Bravo. I don't know if you guys watch stuff like that, but anyways, one of the guys from there is going to do it.
Started
So,
one.
you watch Bravo, Emily?
Yeah. Well, just recently I started
What is
watching
it?
the housewife
Sunset?
shows.
Oh, that one too.
Oh, I'm selling
I don't know
Sunset.
if that's on
yeah.
Bravo.
Sunset is, I think, Netflix. No, Emily?
Oh no, it's Hulu.
It's Hulu.
No, it is Netflix. It's
Oh, is it
Netflix.
Netflix? I don't know.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So my day job, I'm a real estate agent. I became a team leader. So we lived. So not telling my story. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Moved to Miami. Met my wife. Fell in love. Had the stroke. Had 2 kids. And then she's a physician, so she had a good opportunity in Orlando. And my broker said, "Why don't you come here? I'll give you a whole region." So we moved to Orlando about 3 years ago, right before COVID. 2 beautiful kids, 6 and 5, running around outside right now. So I sell homes here and there. My region is Miami, Tampa, and Orlando.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you're in the market to buy a home, Emily, I know you are one day gonna want to buy something.
We are gonna wanna probably buy
Yeah,
something in
Florida
Miami.
eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know. I can connect you guys with a good agent down there. Miami's awesome. Miami, by the way, is not the same as it was when I used to live there. My wife is born in Miami. I think COVID really changed Miami's landscape.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For the
I
good,
mean,
or for the better, or for the worse? What do you think?
look, there's a lot of plastic surgery going on. You have people with Bentleys and Ferraris. It's very superficial, I think, in some ways.
Mm.
Yeah, you guys from the Midwest, natural, good people. Miami is not as natural and good. They don't smile as much. You can't even smile. They Botox, you know what I mean? Yeah. But look, for vacation and living, it's amazing. I recommend get a second home. I would. I think I would like it a lot.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we'll hook.
Yeah. You guys were in Orlando recently too, right?
We're actually
We're going there in a
we're
couple
going there
weeks.
in a few
Awesome.
weeks.
Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Awesome. Well, good stuff, guys. Well, hey, guys, thank you for doing this for me. It's more for me than anyone else, probably. I'm again, I'm a fanboy of y'all content. Keep it up. And we'll be in touch, guys.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for doing this. Appreciate you guys. Bye
Bye.
now. Bye.